But let's get to brass tacks here.
Hello, and welcome back. It is the Brass Tacks Podcast. We are your hosts, Rick and Adam. My name is Rick.
Hey, what's up? Dude.
Yo.
Do you like those shoes?
Oh, yes, I fucking like your shoes. Jesus Christ, he had to wait until the intro.
Yeah.
I was talking about those goddamn shoes like they were the greatest thing I've ever seen on planet Earth.
Yep.
Adam gives me nothing, but as soon as I hit record, he wants to talk about his fucking shoes again. It's episode 44. We're back again. Happy Father's Day if you have kids. If you don't, I wish you the best of luck. Keep pulling out. Keep praying to whatever God you believe in. Hopefully you maintain your freedom. But intern Logan's out today. He's doing father activities with his father. My father lives on the other side of the country, and Adam's dad's dead. So we decided we would go ahead and bring you guys a hot episode.
That's not nice.
I'm sorry. But thank you for your service. All right. It's a nice, it's a beautiful day outside. We got some fucking dark clouds rolling in. We got some thunder and lightning starting. We left the window open this time to try and add some dramatic effect. Hopefully that works out for us. I'll go ahead and pop this hot music down. But yeah, heck of a day so far. We filled up on cheeseburgers. We also watched a good bit of Sopranos. We literally watched like 3 hours of Sopranos.
Yeah, specifically mushroom Swiss burgers.
Oh yeah, mushroom Swiss burgers, and it's running right through me. Since Adam got here, he's been here for a few hours maybe. Daddy has taken how many trips to the bathroom?
2, I think he did. That's
too many poops in this short period of time. Yeah. I feel like you need more time to digest, but I haven't really been too kind to my tummy this week, or actually I should just say within the past couple of days. I had pizza yesterday and that's all I had, and then today I have these greasy they were delicious burgers but very greasy.
Very greasy. I
think they butter those buns pretty hard.
Mm. Yeah, those are sourdough buns, I'm thinking.
Yeah, and dude, there was a thick layer of some kind of butter on them because you could see that it soaked halfway down into the bun.
Oh, well, that was the Swiss, man. Wow.
Yeah. Well, that's true too, but I don't know. Maybe it's the Earls from the Swiss melting into it.
The mayo.
Yeah. But I just, I don't know. This whole, I'm always on the edge about this Father's Day thing. It's cool and everything, and I'm happy for all my friends and family who are celebrating and stuff like that. But it's just like every other holiday. It seems like a big to-do. I feel like all these holidays are just pre-manufactured to keep us spending. And I know that's a stupid, edgy statement, but kind of like how in school, I used to be really big about oh, Valentine's Day is a joke, man. It's just a fucking device by the card companies, man. But it's a big to-do.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it is. It's a marketing ploy, right?
Yeah, I feel
that's what it is. I mean, it was passed in the 1970s.
What was?
This Father's Day holiday.
Wait, it's that new?
Yes.
Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Yeah, it passed under, I think, the Nixon administration.
That makes no sense. So
it's a holiday or something. I don't know.
That's so weird, man. I wonder whose hand was in whose pockets or who was exchanging money for that to go down.
Well, it's all, yeah, even back then it was, companies were shelling out clams for that kind of stuff. But
are people still buying cards, greeting cards and dumb shit like that?
I don't know.
I don't remember the last time I bought a card.
I don't think so. Maybe people are. No, I've probably bought some. No, not really. Maybe. No.
Dude, I when I send the stickers out and stuff like that, I think I told you my formula. I'd tear a piece of notebook paper out, I scrawl a handwritten message, throw it in the envelope, and I'm gone. No, you won't catch me doing cards. I know you don't really need cards for sending out stickers and shit, but you just won't catch me buying cards regardless. I'll just tell you in person. And plus, they don't make the kind of cards that I would need. They don't make my kind of cards.
Well, they don't. Of course, they're not making edgelord.
That thunder in the background.
Is that the
dude.
thunder?
Yeah. That's fucking awesome. We're doing some old school R&B shit right now. Chocolate rain. But yeah, no, I mean, if I want to, say happy birthday, I'm going to tell you happy birthday. Then they don't have tell your friends he's a homo gift cards. Or fucking
because
birthday
it's
cards.
well, they can't. That's too risky of a move.
Is it though?
For a card company, yes, because they'll get banned or something.
Like, happy anniversary. I heard you take dicks in the shitter. here's $10. But yeah, no, I don't know. It's stupid. It's one of those fucking, I don't know. I'm glad that, dads have a holiday and they have a day dedicated to themselves. But I feel like
everyone needs a holiday. Just take a day off.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, just choose your own Father's Day. Choose your own holidays. That's my thing is like, these specific days out of the year are not convenient for everybody, especially not the person celebrating. Like my whole thing with Christmas, celebrate it whenever you guys can get together. Why does it have to be like this one specific day? Who likes...
Okay, you know why that was created. That was an old pagan holiday,
Oh, for winter solstice or whatever? That's true. Yeah, I do forget myself sometimes whenever...
To attract pagans, to Christianity. Hey, your holidays, the name changes, but it's still at the same time.
Yeah, I think... You know awful lot about these pagan holidays, dude. It's kind of edgy. Are you pagan pilled?
Yeah, we got that pagan pill, dude.
Adam's based in pagan pilled. Let's segue into some bad news, man. What? You do this every fucking time. What, dude? I'm about to segue into a goddamn segment. What?
I need people to call in about this.
It's the call-in joke. It was worth the wait, everyone.
About vampire, like this vampire. I feel like there's more to the vampire theory.
So 2 episodes ago, you want to fucking go back and interrupt our segue into bad news?
I'd like some people's opinion on my vampire theory of it's just society creating a way to keep annoying people away from you.
I don't like that you're going this deep into a joke from 2 episodes ago when I was getting ready to go into a segment.
All right. Well, I thought it's still a fair question. I think it needs to be talked about further, but
it's time for bad news. I'm gonna beat you to death with a golf club, dude.
Okay, give me the bad news.
What's the bad news?
They're dead.
This whole thing fucking sucks. I mean, this is the biggest pile of shit.
All right, the Chinese government being a bunch of bags of shit again. This is going to come as no surprise to anyone, but pretty recently, I think this was initially reported 2 days ago, but China is believed to be behind a major cyber attack on the Australian governments and businesses. Not a good move, not a good look, but definitely par for the course as far as China's tactics are concerned.
The China-Australian relationship is a very bizarre one.
Yeah, I remember you touched on that briefly, either episode last or before
Chinese
last.
influence in Australia, not meaning like necessarily people, but financial. There's a lot of Chinese companies there buying up real estate, things like that.
Yeah, and you were saying that's creating some tensions
big time
with the people.
Big time.
But yeah, I mean, just like all things, like you bring money into something, it's gonna pacify the people whose pockets it actually ends up in, and then everyone else it's just like, go fuck your mother. And they wonder why people are out in the fucking streets like picketing and burning shit down. And yeah, I'm going old school, dude. Picketing. I'm talking about the American public, like they're I guess just the frustrated public, like they're union workers.
Yeah.
Oh no, we want paid leave. But okay, let's see. Federal government agencies believe that China is the nation behind ongoing cyber attacks on Australian institutions, including hospitals, state-owned utilities in recent months.
Mm-hmm. Well, not to interrupt, that's another thing.
Yeah.
So Chinese companies actually take part in funding Australian infrastructure. Highways and stuff like that are done by like Chinese companies.
Well, we see a little bit of that here with like our tolls and stuff like that in a certain way.
But it's on a much larger scale in Australia.
Gotcha.
They're like trying to basically economically absorb them in a lot of ways.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, kind of like I was talking about before. It's like it's almost like a silent war, like a silent invasion.
Well, it's silent in the sense that people don't pay attention to it, but it's out in the open. It's very overt. That's the smoke screen, if you will.
Yeah.
Is that it's just overt.
Okay.
You know?
Well, that also, I mean, that's starting to make some sense.
Some sense?
Yeah, it's starting to make some sense. But out in Boulder, I used to accrue a lot of parking tickets when I still worked out there. And so it's weird that our toll roads here are run by a Chinese company. And it's also weird that all of the tickets that are written in Boulder are enforced by an Australian company. So that would lead me to believe there is Chinese money behind that, since there's Chinese money behind our toll roads.
Okay.
Our toll roads.
Yes, that is what is. It's not a conspiracy.
I broke the code,
Jesse. It's not a fucking conspiracy.
Well, Adam, you can't forget, man.
They lied to me about the Gulf of Tonkin incident.
And they'll lie to us about this.
Exactly. No, that's not even a secret, though. Yes, it's all Chinese.
Hey, man, I'm just asking questions.
It's a company out of Australia, but owned by Chinese, money. So.
I know there's a chalk mark on me tire. Ticket, ticket, ticket,
ticket. Here's a ticket. Here's a ticket. Yeah, but that is the case.
Yeah, I think.
Did
Well,
you hear that one?
Yeah, I can hear it every time. Stop calling out the thunder and the lightning. Okay, it's part of the show. Just let it flow.
Oh, it's supposed to be natural. Oh,
yeah,
natural.
Yeah, you're fucking it up with your. You're the one that's into guerrilla broadcasting. You fucking Dave Rabbit wannabe.
It's pirate radio, dude.
Deep reference.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a deep cut.
So I mean, but this is actually. I mean, I feel like this happened. They're doing this to every country, every nation that they stand to gain some like stolen intellectual property from, some basic information like medical records and stuff like that. Like this is all extremely dangerous data for them to have in their possession, and it doesn't seem like this is another thing that's a problem too. So if you go down a little bit in this article, their head of like cybersecurity for the country still refuses to flat out call out China for their tactics and stuff like that. And right there gives credence to like what you were saying.
Clearwater Revival, yeah.
Okay. Well, now there's like a clear conflict of interest with their shut up. There's a clear conflict of interest with this much money coming from their government being put into the Australian government. So now they have top government officials that are like refusing to even talk about it openly like that. So you got to wonder like it's got to be happening on a much greater scale. Holy shit, dude. So we might die. Dude, and normally these mics are good with like cutting out background noise and shit.
It was too powerful.
Yeah, dude, that's the supremacy of nature out there.
Dude, on this, this, like you were saying, it's not just a local issue in Australia.
Yeah, this is a global issue.
This is, and for all clarification, this is when we say Chinese, we're not talking about the Chinese people.
Right, of course not.
It's the Chinese government that's broken.
Yeah, it's never the people, dude. I mean, you can't ever blame the people for the...
I'll criticize the American government all day, too. We got a lot to say about that. But
yeah, exactly.
I mean, for sure, I worked in a certain industry a few years ago that had to do with real estate. I wasn't like selling real estate or anything, but so I saw who was buying new construction builds. So even not even just on the West Coast, Midwest, and other areas, even into Vancouver, Canada, you saw this huge purchasing of real estate.
Okay.
Like by Chinese people.
Right.
For like non-U.S. citizen, like what I mean is like they're on H-1B visas and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're doing, I got a gift from a relative.
I see. Yeah, I see.
For $200,000. So so they put like 50% down on a house.
Well, it looks like the procurement of real estate is organic, when in reality it seems like the government's sending these people over.
Here's the thing, because it's very difficult for American. Like it'd be easier to track to prove that it's actually a family member. When it's very foreign to like American companies. How are you going to decipher that? Is that money actually coming from a relative, or is it just a person that's funneling those funds in? But it seemed like there's a lot of acquisition of property I don't even want to say my opinion, but it's bizarre to me.
It just seems like that's the case.
Why are they gobbling this up? But how are you putting these down payments? This guy, these people 20, 23, 24 putting 50% down on a house.
Exactly. Yeah. No. It's just the overall way of going about it just seems uncharacteristic.
It's a little bizarre. It's a little bizarre what the trends were that were occurring, but.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is like when you're presented with the data, that's what you have to go with, and that's I mean,
right. But I'm just trying to validate your point. You're right. Yeah. Like I think it's an executed move by the government of China to do that.
Absolutely. It seems, I mean,
To create influence everywhere, basically.
yeah, and it seems like they're doing a good job of it. I mean, we've spoken about their presence in Africa recently, and then you look at some of the shit stirring that's going on too at the border with India and shit like that. How, like that has the potential.
hand-to-hand fight?
Yeah, that has the potential to really fucking. I mean, that's a powder keg already. But
Whoa,
they're getting
that's-
down into some like Roman, straight up like Colosseum
Well,
style
how
of
crazy
fighting.
is that? But like, so both sides, their border guards are not armed with like guns.
Right.
So they're just armed with like
Swords,
not
clubs.
even swords, but like clubs.
I saw a sword. The
Well,
guy
I'm
had
saying
a weird.
There was some, but not like most people didn't have that stuff. It was clubs and
Must be
rocks.
a capo. He's up there.
Like smashing people with rocks. It was basically a medieval battle.
Yeah, I saw one guy that looked like he had one of the shields from Call of Duty, like the fucking that stupid shield
Yeah.
everybody's always camping with.
But that's crazy tensions, dude.
Yeah,
That could pop off, man.
Yeah, well, that's the
Peter
thing.
pop off.
Well, my thing is, given the state of the world and the economic devastation that this virus has caused, it makes me afraid because traditionally what we do is we jump into wars in these times, and because the whole world is hurting, and because there is clear tension between not only China but there's tension with Russia and these other nations that seem to be very brazen about their way of handling human rights, handling labor in their countries, just all the dirty shit that they do in plain view. It seems like these countries are going to, like, if anything does boil over and we do erupt into war, I think enough people have had it with China's shit, and I think enough people would probably throw their hat in the ring, and we'd be looking at another world scale or a global conflict like World War proportions. And that's the only thing that makes me afraid, because then we're talking about a draft. We're talking about a lot of just straight up pussies going out to war.
No, they wouldn't do a draft, most likely.
You don't think so? Do you think we have enough though? Like, do you think we have enough for a war on that scale?
Yeah.
Because that's one thing I'm not familiar with like our military
You could pull
power.
out assets. I think it's pretty much that. Yeah, you could.
And I just don't want to see that shit in my lifetime,
No,
dude.
of course not.
It's just after we went through such a farce of a war, like better than anyone how fucking ridiculous that was.
Well, yeah, I don't think they always say the global economy, but the global economy is being challenged right now, right?
Right, because we've always been the backbone of the global economy, right?
I mean, maybe, but everyone is. And then when you have a huge actor like the Chinese government in the mix, and then something like this happens out of their country, a lot of people start to second guess global trade at that point.
True. Yeah, because if they wanted to, they could pull all their money out of all these different countries and devastate the economies, essentially, couldn't they?
Yes, I get it. They own like treasury bills for a lot of countries, but
it's just going to be regardless of whether or not we see any bad or good come out of this, which I'm anticipating bad. It's 2020, and I think we've all given up on this year already.
I don't know what 2020. What the fuck was 2020, man?
I don't know. It's a good year for Brass Tacks, I can tell you that. But aside from that, that's the
it's just been very bizarre.
Yeah, it's kind of tough, but I guess you know what, we can let's lighten it up. Let's get out of Chinese hackers and let's move over to this guy right here. So we have Durabaz monkey kills one, leaves 250 injured in a search for booze. We're talking alcoholic monkeys, people.
Mm-hmm.
A Mirzapur monkey who killed one and left 250 people injured in an apparent search for booze has been sentenced to serve his life in captivity. The monkey's name is Kalua. He's a native of the Mirzapur district. He has bitten over 250 people in Mirzapur, of whom one died. According to the reports, Kalua was a pet monkey of a local occultist who would regularly give him liquor to drink.
Oh my God, dude.
Over a period of time, the monkey became alcoholic. And when the occultist died, they don't even use the guy's name. He's an occultist. Kalua stopped getting liquor and became aggressive. It sounds like me a year ago.
Yeah.
As he went on a biting spree and created terror in Mirzapur forest, zoo teams were called out to catch the monkey. After several efforts, Kalua was caught and brought to the Kanpur Zoo. We kept him in isolation for some months and then shifted him to a separate cage. There's been no change in his behavior, and he remains aggressive as he was. So it's not even a matter of him being boozed up all the time. He's just a dick.
Now he's a dry drunk, dude.
Oh, no, I didn't think about that.
He's a dry drunk.
It has been 3 years since he was brought here, but now it has been decided that he will remain in captivity all of his life, said the zoo doctor, Maud Nasir. The monkey is 6 years old, and the zoo doctor said that if he was set free, he would harm people wherever he went. Kahlua has not even befriended his cage keeper until now. Oh, they need to they need to evaluate the cage keeper. He's probably slipping him those double shots that I used to carry around with me.
How old do monkeys live for?
I mean, I have no idea.
Like specifically these guys.
Let's see. Because I don't. Yeah, it was like Mirzapur.
Well, you should just
whatever, dude.
Copied it.
But I was gonna say
15 years.
Yeah, it looks like 15 years in the wild. But I mean, who knows?
Well, in captivity, that can be much longer. So
yeah, because he's gonna get all that fucking sweet healthcare we wish we had.
Yeah,
all that sweet,
regular humans can't get.
Yeah, that drunk monkey fucking healthcare. Look at that monkey boozing up, dude. It looks like you with the Gatorade bottles. You're not fooling anyone. Your breath smells like fucking isopropyl. We're all walking around with your fruit punch. Adam can't walk a straight line, but he could fucking sit down for an hour of broadcasting. But dude, that I don't know, man. I used to have a bad crutch with those double shots.
I don't understand the whole buying double shots, but
well, it was a thing that was just kind of novel at first when I was kind of just drinking on the go, I guess. But it became a thing. Shut up. It became a thing where I needed to have those double shots in my pocket because when I'd start shaking and stuff like that out in public, I needed to be able to pop one of those caps off. And I would always pretend that I was blowing my nose in a bathroom stall. I would go to the bathroom. Most of the time it would happen when I was grocery shopping or something. I would wake up, be all optimistic, oh, you're not going to drink today. And I'd go my whole morning, no drinking, have a little bit of coffee, something like that. Around hour 2, yeah. That's when the shakes and the sweats and the fucking anxiety started. I start remembering a whole lot of stuff. And I'm like, all right, time to go ahead and let's try to grocery shop. That'll take my mind off of it. And on the way to the grocery store, you know how I used to walk to the grocery store. I would stop off at the liquor store because it's on the way. I'd grab a couple of double shots in my pocket just in case, Adam, just in case. And about 2 steps into the building, I'd be like, oh, I'm going to go pretend to blow my nose and fucking drink both these things at once. Listen to fucking Edgar Winter while I'm buying my frozen vegetables and shit. I had a problem, dude. That's why you can't be giving these damn violent monkeys double shots.
It's clear.
You got them running around.
They have some weird haircuts, man.
Yeah, they kind of look like, these monkeys look like pedophiles.
They kind of do.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about this stupid double shots.
When the story starts out when I was drinking on the go,
you can deduce that there was a problem.
Yeah, you kind of could figure out where that was gonna.
Yeah, I didn't even build up to the point where I was an alcoholic. I was like, okay, so as an alcoholic, I needed double shots to maintain. Let's see. So booze monkeys, bad news. Not good to have booze monkeys. I'm glad we don't have that problem here in the U.S. Wild monkeys and primates in general would be a fucking problem. Mm-mm. But I wouldn't put it past 2020 to throw us angry primates in the wild.
There could be in America, dude.
It'd be a problem. So what else do we have here? Oh yeah, so this is kind of nice. We're all familiar at this point with the influx of Karen videos on the internets. Generally, they push you to a point where you're just enraged, and I know that most people would pretend that they're good people and don't want to see these women punched squarely in the face. I'm not one of those people that's going to bullshit you every single time I've ever seen a Karen video. All I want to have happen, I don't want her to die or anything, but I do want somebody to come running up like Babe Ruth swinging a crowbar right into her fucking mouth. I would love to see that. And I don't care who has a problem with that.
Maybe like a wooden cane that would break.
No, I want the crowbar to be traveling at such a crazy rate of speed that it bends around her skull as it's smashing her teeth out the back of her brainstem.
I mean, I guess that's an option, so.
Yeah, because fuck Karen. But this is no such video. This is actually, the tables are turned. This Karen said something fairly offensive, in my opinion. She told a man that he doesn't belong in this particular neighborhood that he lives in. And so...
Is she wearing like an outfit? Like
she's
a biohazard outfit?
She's wearing one of those like fat white lady, I need to get my walk on. Or maybe she's not fat, maybe she's just bundled up or whatever. But this dude starts rolling cam and starts giving her the business every which way to Sunday. The man's a hero, and I just wanted to bring this to the show so that we could watch it together.
Let me tell your dusty, dirty, dingy, mannequin built ass something. You don't tell me where the fuck to go. When you leave your house, you old stanky ass lady, you are in the world. So you don't tell me to go back to...
What? I see you.
You know where I'm going with this.
What? You think it's fake?
Fake video.
Oh, of course.
That's a fake video.
Great. No, it isn't.
No, hear me out. Hear me out.
Go ahead. It doesn't fucking matter. Go ahead.
Look how covered up she is.
Yeah. A man started filming her because she was being an ignorant racist, and now she's fucking trying to cover her face.
She has the hat with a... So she has...
This is getting so fucking old.
She has a hood up.
Yeah, I noticed
too. That. And winter gloves. Is it cold out?
The video starts with him yelling at her. He's already got his camera out. He's already rolling. I'm sure that she fucking put her hood up. She's trying to cover her face because she doesn't want to be on the internet. She knows she's a racist. He's calling her out. Can I get back to the video?
I guess.
You sure?
Yeah.
Oakland, you take your wrinkled pussy ass to Oakland. Get your funky mask ass to Oakland. You got a whole COVID-19 fit on with your dusty ass. You the reason why this shit is here. You got hella senior citizen spit on your motherfucking sweater telling somebody to go to Oakland. Huh?
Talking for a minute.
Huh?
Yeah, she fake drooled on herself too.
You need to go get in the wheelchair. Get your old funky ass about here telling somebody to go back to Oakland. You're an okay, I got 80-something years old.
She said she's 80.
Don't matter. It seems like you're racist because
you can't even tell how old she is.
Yeah, she's all covered up.
She literally has no skin exposure.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure she fucking covered up. And also, dude, another thing too, Adam, you pointed out that she's got her face covered up. Isn't everyone fucking wearing masks right now?
Not if you're outside.
I saw a lot of people wearing masks outside today.
Okay, fine. If she just had a mask on, I might be with you. But look how ridiculous this outfit, like.
Yeah, Karens and crazy people generally look ridiculous. Have you seen a Karen video where the person doesn't look ridiculous?
Well, either my theory is true or she has severe mental illness.
Well, I think it's fair to say that Karens in general, when you're going out of your way to bother people and harass people, you have a mental illness of some sort.
Fair enough. So, it's 50-50.
It's not. You're fucking wrong again, and I'm getting tired of it.
Tell a black person to go back to Oakland. So it's black people in Oakland, right? Ain't no black people in Alameda?
There's more white people.
Alameda.
Okay, well get your dusty, wrinkled bag, trash face, having ass up out of here then. Don't tell no black person to go back to Oakland. You can't tell me where to go, all right? I'm fucking grown.
Yeah, see, that's not fake rage, dude. That dude had enough. He told this bitch off. That's the pure and simple fact of it.
I'm not giving you that.
You don't have to. Just go ahead. Keep defending crazy white women.
I'm not defending.
Adam's out here championing crazy Karens.
I'm saying it's staged. I feel like it's staged.
Your whole fucking persona is staged.
I'm just saying.
It's not staged.
All right.
This is the problem. Somebody fucking hurt you a long time ago, and now you don't trust anything, and you make it impossible to even show a funny clip on a fucking comedy show, dude. You don't see that's a fucking problem?
I just think it's a bit contrived how the outfit is.
Okay, Adam, you're always going to find something contrived about everything because when you look in the mirror, what you see is contrived, and you're projecting it on everyone else. And you're bringing it to a comedy show.
I'm just saying, I think it's fake.
You can live in that fucking weird world of denial. I'm glad that you're sequestered up in the mountains so you're not regularly bringing this trash down into civilized society.
I mean, we should all be skeptical about stuff.
But not to the point where it fucking takes the wind out of a comedy bit. Out of a fucking man who's he's just fucking dressing this bitch down in public, and he puts it on the internet for everyone to see. And you're out here calling this man's like fucking. I mean, this is heroic to be yelling at this bitch like that. If it were true,
yes. If it is true, I don't know. If it is true, for sure.
You can go ahead and keep remaining as skeptic as you want to be. So let's see. Adam thinks that this is fake, of course. I'm just gonna stop. You know what I'll do? We'll just change this over to we'll just talk about the economy. We'll talk about current events. We'll call it good news. We'll call it real news, not fake news. We'll call it real news because Adam says so. Podcast.
No.
That would be the new show.
It's not, I'm saying said so, but.
You have a problem. You have a real problem.
I don't know. I just think it's.
You make enough money to see a therapist too. That's what bothers me is that you have the resources at your disposal to figure this shit out and you're not doing it.
I think people might agree with me if they see this video.
If you guys want to see it, it's under the subreddit Public Freakout, and the video is called "Karen Tells Man He Doesn't Belong in the in Neighborhood." Look that up. Tell us what you think. Drop us a line. TheRealBrassTacks@gmail.com. If you want to drop me a line just to say Adam's a fucking no good bag of shit, you can do that too, and I'll make sure he knows. I'll make sure that those correspondents reach him.
Good.
God damn it, dude. Speaking of shows that are going downhill, I got a fucking doozy for you. So this was suggested by a very sweet young lady. Apparently, okay, so we're all aware of the ASMR trend that's been going on for a few years now, and to me, it's bunk. To me, all ASMR is bunk. And
bunk in what way? What do you mean?
Like, okay, so to me, it's like crystals, you know? I get that to some people, it releases some tactile, like weird, tingly feeling.
Oh, don't you get tingly when you hear
Not at all.
Really?
Not at all. Dry as a bone drain.
I can't listen to these things because it goes like up my spine.
Oh, dude, no, I just did a little ASMR right there. Did you hear that? My gums.
Yeah.
That makes me cringe. I don't like that.
I'm just saying it. I can feel it.
Okay, so the ASMR thing pisses me off. I don't like. To me, it seems very hacky, and there have been a lot of people that are jumping on the bandwagon. Now, this video here, this is from a podcast that's currently still going. This particular episode was put out in 2016, around the time when you start seeing the rise of ASMR channels and stuff.
That's Jenna Marbles, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know about these two until I saw this episode. I think innately, I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now. This podcast is called Jenna and Julien, and they fucking suck. They suck a dick so hard that TMJ wouldn't be the appropriate response for it. Like they suck so much dick that they should be hosting this show in Chelsea. This show is so fucking bad, dude. That might have even been a dated reference. I don't even know if Chelsea is a super gay hotspot anymore. It is. Okay, Adam's shaking his head.
I think they're holding strong. They're doing okay.
Adam's shaking his head in disgust, not because I said anything wrong, but because I'm evading from something that I haven't yet become honest with about myself. I think that's what it is. But so these two fucking bandwagon idiots decided to put out an episode.
So is this strictly this podcast?
Just this episode.
Oh,
is ASMR. The rest of them.
Oh, okay. So this is like
they were just jumping on the bandwagon. You know, they were getting on that ASMR ad money. You know.
Yeah. So they were doing like other stuff beyond that as well.
Yeah. Well, actually, I can't even call their show a show because they are always plugging something. They like, you know how we said we weren't going to do live reads and stuff like that because it seems like it's just bastardizing the show. It breaks the flow of shit when we're talking on when we get on a roll about something.
Right.
These people have no fucking shame when it comes to just completely rolling over and stopping the show for a quick buck. They're terrible. Even when they get into their banter, they find a way to navigate the conversation into an ad.
Yeah.
So just when you think they're about to start talking about something you're interested in, they fucking stop and just start doing a live read. These guys suck dick. And as you can see, this episode has nearly 500,000 fucking hits.
But it's 4 years old.
And it's 4 years old. They have almost 1 million subscribers as a show. They're still going too. Like they have episodes that have more fucking views than that.
But I think that's Jenna Marbles.
I think you're right. I don't know who that is.
I think she has like millions and millions of followers. Doesn't she?
I wouldn't doubt it, dude. This world's fucking burning. And people want the dumbest shit.
I mean, it's clear the combination is just not. It's very popular.
They both look like fools. And anyway, I have this episode pulled up. I wanted to kind of just I wanted to listen to it a little bit.
Does he have the same chair as you?
No.
What is that pillow?
That's a different company.
Okay.
Also irrelevant. So,
I was just gonna really say.
What were you gonna say? Like, well,
I mean, clearly.
Look at him with his dumb fucking Richard Spencer haircut too. You can tell. You can.
Looks like, what is this? Are these dreadlocks?
That's what I'm saying. It's like his bangs that are being carefully, like, he tussled his hair to look a bit edgy before he sits down to record this bag of shit episode.
It looks like he's got like, I don't know. It's hard, like blinds. He has like blinds.
He looks like he has
He put
tassels.
on a window, like, I don't know. Look,
His hair, his bangs look like tassels.
yeah. Maybe it's a bad angle, but
this is another thing too. They do that other thing that a lot of these video podcasts like to do, where they sit down with their mixed drinks and their wine, man. But these guys are too busy fucking plugging shit to ever get a sip. Those drinks just sit there sweating as the ice melts in them, dude. It's the worst. But so let's just start from the beginning of this episode. We're gonna get a real organic feel for this shitty fucking ASMR podcast. Already annoying.
I don't feel like this is ASMR.
Jenna and Julien Podcast.
What was that, Julien? What was that?
Yeah, we get it. She's trying to make a joke. Oh, they're whispering.
Special trolley ASMR version.
This was Jenna's idea.
Do you think she smokes?
Because I'm already
Like cigarettes?
Probably not.
Really?
So we're
I think she smokes cigarettes, it looks like.
ASMR
I could be wrong.
podcast.
I think it's just because they're whispering.
It's this.
It's this.
This podcast is brought to you by Headspace.
What did I tell you? Dude, 40 seconds in, dog.
Yeah, you're
40
not even
seconds in.
A minute in?
And look at his dumb, blank stare. That dude, these are two people, they have zero continuity. These are not people. These are NPCs, dog. These are
Non-player characters.
Yeah. When you're walking down the street in GTA, these are the motherfuckers that you just stop and punch. These are the motherfuckers that are sitting there that like are programmed to just blare their horn at you when you're crossing the street. So you dump them out of their car and pump a slug in their back and take off in their car.
Yeah. Yeah. They're just, no.
Get going.
What? What were you going to say? You fucking do the dramatic pause.
No.
You had a hot take.
I guess you're right. They are very NPC-like, aren't they?
But that's the thing. This is the scary thing, is that they have so many people listening to them that it leads me to believe that the majority of the population
Are NPCs?
are NPCs. You guys are worried about the incel problem. You need to be worried about the NPC problem.
Let's talk about your NPCs.
And let's talk about what kind of pills these people are taking, first of all, because I'd guarantee they're all blue.
Your stress-free lifestyle with guided meditation.
Okay, with the fucking...
Headspace app.
Try to fast forward through that.
It's got a little bit of carbonated water in it.
Oh, yeah, they're drinking spritzers. They're not even drinking real fucking alcohol.
Spritzers.
I could drink one of those and not shake.
It's nice.
I used to judge things. That's another thing. I used to judge things by, like... if I didn't like things because of taste. I liked them if they stopped me from shaking quick.
Stronger the better.
Yeah, dude. I remember, like, when I realized I was an alcoholic was at my, well, I guess when I realized I needed to stop drinking was when I was at my sister Alex's wedding. And it took, like, 6 or 7 Miller Lights for me to, like, feel a little bit normal again. And I wasn't even drunk. I was just kind of like where I could hold a conversation. Right. I needed about 7 or 8 more.
So, guys, what we did is
She's just
we gathered a couple things each to make sounds with on the podcast. We're just going to do a full-blown ASMR thing this week.
And try not to laugh. Neither of us know what the other person has picked.
Yeah, so we each brought a couple of items. Some of them are on the table right now, like candles, matches. These are mine, by the way. Matches, and then...
So they're just going to spend 39 minutes making sound effects? Look at that face. That summarizes who he is as a person. I kind of paused it on a really dumb look. He looks like Quasimodo with a better haircut.
Well, he said, these are matches. And then he said, why did he follow that up with, these are mine, by the way?
Oh, he wanted...
Why did you follow up with that?
Because he wanted everyone at home to know he brought the matches because he thinks they're going to be a hit. He thinks he brought the fucking...
Really? Oh, these are my... Great, man. This guy's getting points over here.
His bit with the matches is the crux of this episode, dude.
A wine bottle full of water, because we already poured the wine in sangria, so we're just going to pour
Oh, sangria.
out of the wine bottle.
Do that first. I'm really excited for that.
Okay, why don't we start with
I want to point out kids can drink sangria and be okay.
This will be my first one.
Oh my god, I'm so excited right now. I'm so excited.
First ASMR item.
Go. It's on.
She's so excited. What is she excited about? Shut up, you fucking nobody.
She's probably on them peels.
Oh my god.
I don't feel anything from this.
No.
I don't get ASMR.
No. Well, this is no.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Also, can I point out her stupid, like, I'm a hoe black choker thing that she's wearing? That generally signifies that a chick's a freak, but her wearing it reminds me of the chick who's like, she might be okay with a reluctant hand job, but that's about it. And even then, you still might be looking at a problem. You might get a fucking knock on the door from an officer a few months later. You know, she looks like one of those types.
Yeah.
One of those I'll cry rape if you leave me types.
No, she could be a freak in the sheets.
I don't know. I feel like you need more depth of character to be freaky in bed. You can't. I don't know, dude. I haven't banged many dumb broads that knew what they were doing. I should say banged dumb broads first. Oh. You know what? I forget that sometimes we're
stone cold feminists here, and we're calling you out.
I fucked that one up. Sorry, everyone. Sorry, ladies and
Check your
gentlemen.
privilege. Like,
I really should sometimes.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's a certain intelligence that comes along with sex, and you can't be dumb and good at sex. You know? You want to challenge that?
You might eat crow on that, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
You might. I mean,
let's just say
there's porn stars. Would you? Not, I'm sure there's a lot of smart.
Well, that's
ones.
just repetition. Anyone can get good at repetition. But I'm just saying let me rephrase everything. I can say from my standpoint, I have never had sex with someone who was unintelligent and had a lack of character that was good at it. Generally, they rely on just the fact that there's a vagina present. You know? I don't know if that's the case with you.
No, I'll say possibly.
Whatever. You're gonna say that all the chicks have slept with her fake?
No, it's just, I don't know. Maybe.
All the chicks. I really do sound like a fucking early 90s douchebag.
New Rana shirt on. But this is too much already. This guy's pouring this.
Yeah, I want to fast forward a little bit. Because I want to hear their banter. Because their show.
ASMR.
You think that's what your mom's box sounds like right now?
Look at that. That dude, I think that could be ASMR.
Don't divert from your mom's box getting pounded. Dude, nobody wants to hear that shit. Stop doing that.
All right.
You're not good at what you do.
I think people are going to say stuff.
I actually really
clicking my nails.
I like that one. So, is this an appropriate podcast to do like Julian's daddy heavy breathing?
Yeah, do it right now. Just so everyone can get it out of their
That's his bit.
Heavy breathing? What's this guy doing there?
My favorite thing is on.
Look how proud of himself he was for that. He didn't do anything. This is the problem, dude. Everyone's always like, yeah, there's so many podcasts to listen to. There's so many fucking shows out there. Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
This is a fucking problem.
Dude, we should do an ASMR.
Well, you just did.
No, the whole time.
No, I'm never going to do that. No. Nope, I'm not going to do that.
Like we can...
No. These are broadcasting microphones too. First of all, they're going to cut out that background noise.
Oh, okay.
Because we have some sort of class, and it's not a lot of class, but we have at least some pride in what we do.
Mm-hmm.
These people have no pride. They have no shame. These people are doing live reads in inappropriate times.
Very inappropriate.
It's completely uncalled for. The overall, like, just the fucking, you're barraged with ads.
Well,
and all their, like, ASMR aside, all their episodes are like this. I went and listened to a couple of these episodes. That's all this is mindless fucking banter, stupid non-bits like he just did. Like, breathing heavily into a microphone is not a bit. You should not lean back with this smug, like, little smile that you just fucking, like, achieved something. You did nothing, and you're what's wrong with this fucking industry.
Fat Joe, man. With these guys, I mean, yeah, it's bizarre in the fact that they're like, let's do this ASMR weird thing, but I mean, with how many subscribers was this?
They've got
almost 1 million.
Almost 1 million. Yeah.
So this video was. I mean, I don't think is that popular? Is that a good?
500,000, almost 500,000.
Is that
views,
good
yeah.
by comparison to the followers? Yeah.
Yeah, you're making money, dude. But that's why.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So a lot of these ad companies, they'll pay you X amount of dollars if you do their ad within, 40 seconds. Oh, the first 40 seconds you start doing the ad.
Right.
We'll pay you this.
Exactly. Yeah. There's pre-roll, mid-roll, end-roll,
right.
And then there's 30-second reads, 60-second reads. Generally, you get paid per 1,000 downloads or 1,000 views or however the fuck. Right. That's, I'm sure, negotiable depending upon the size of your show or your listener base, rather. But this is just so fucking insane to me that these idiots can get on here, garner this type of attention, and not put any work into it whatsoever.
No, they brought some Sambuca or whatever, and what was it?
It's sangria.
Oh, whatever, same thing.
No, kids can't drink Sambuca. They can drink sangria. Well, then again, that's probably what happened to me. I remember being offered a lot of sangria at the end of meals and stuff when I was a kid.
Not Sambuca, though?
No, I drink that too. Generally after dinner, they put a little shot in the coffee.
Little buca.
Come to think of it, I was like predisposed to alcoholism pretty early on. I should have seen this coming. Whatever. You live and you learn, right? I'm drinking water now. Whatever. I made up for it.
People say, Julien, breathe on me.
No one says that.
No. It's very creepy.
They're forced laughing too. Fast forward a little bit. This is terrible.
Very quiet with your dad.
Oh, she's unrolling tape. This is terrible. This show is fucking terrible.
What are they doing, dude?
I'm going to fast forward a little bit because I'm...
Painter's tape.
This guy's a fucking asshole, man. I don't like his I'm trying to be young in my 40s baseball shirt he's got on.
Do you think he's in his 40s?
I would almost guarantee it. A lot of these fucking no talent douchebags that are still trying to cling to YouTube fame, they generally try to dress and act a lot younger than they are.
I bet you he's our age.
I don't think so. I mean, is that something you want to Google? I mean, you can Google it if you want to. That's
I have
not
no
idea
even how to track down.
I would say, okay, how old is Julien from Jenna and Julien Podcast? That's a pretty easy. It was a pretty easy fucking search, dog.
Yeah.
Whatever. I feel like a lot of these sound effects that they're making too, they all sound the same.
Oh, that's it. He brought those.
That's it. His benchmark bit.
It sounds like a rocket ship.
It did not sound like a rocket ship, you fucking idiot. A rocket ship is earth shaking.
Well, look, he oversold the fact that he brought the matches, so now he's got to oversell the result.
And I don't want to speak out of turn here, but something tells me the match bit didn't go over the way he was hoping.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. He's making up for it, but it sounded like a rocket ship. No.
Would you say he?
No, sir, it did not.
Would you say he burnt out? No. Either way.
No.
Either way. I don't like his bangs. I don't like that he keeps purposely making sure his bangs are hanging out in front of him. That's another thing I'm not really into.
I'm a little confused by that.
Yeah.
Like, why are these weird like hay strands?
Yeah, that's a problem.
Coming out here.
And not to sound too mean, but I kind of hope Jenna finds a lump in her tit.
Oh, she's probably a nice person. I don't know.
Doesn't it sound like
Who cares?
That's what I love about the ASMR. Is like your tape sounded like something like a plane, but it's just fucking tape. All right, let's do it again.
Oh, he swore. That's pretty edgy.
Just close your eyes for a second, okay? And just picture a cold night. It's snowing outside.
You're with your daddy.
You're with.
Whoa.
You're by yourself.
That's not the first time she said it. She said it like 4 other times before that.
She's a daddy's girl.
You're bundled up at home.
In your igloo with
And
your
you
dad.
just all you want to do is light a fire. But
What is it with her and the
find some
daddy
matches.
thing?
You can't find the lighter, so you get the matches. You walk over to the fireplace. You tap it to make sure there's matches inside. Open up.
Is he doing another match?
Yes, of course. He's overselling the match.
No way, man.
See, I was onto something at the
fucking
beginning of
way.
this. I knew there was something with the matches from the beginning.
Are you fucking
He's
dude?
hooked on the matches.
It didn't work the first time, asshole.
It was a car crash, and he is not ready to accept it.
I know we have to be careful when we talk about suicide and things like that. But, guy, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like even if you put a little bit of work into, like, what you're going to talk about, maybe don't do hacky shit.
Right.
But in the past, we've had several bits and weird little things we've tried to do here and there that just don't fucking work. So you leave it alone. If you're a creative person, you'll come up with something else down the road. You leave it alone. You don't really need it. This asshole's doubling down. He's going to light another match, and he did a long diatribe. I thought he was going to do something like maybe do something with like ice or something with like breeze.
Right. Why is she still saying daddy, dude? This is weird.
Do they fuck? Do you think they're fucking?
Oh, I don't know, dude.
You think she pegs him? He looks like somebody who might like a bad dragon in the keister.
Well, this weird daddy talk that she's spouting too. I don't know.
Yeah, well, maybe that's what the choker is. Maybe she's not a whore in the conventional sense. Maybe she's a daddy's girl. There's that weird like what would you even call that? Like there is like a weird thing. This reminds me of a fucking customer we used to help over at the dispensary that you and I worked at. There was a guy who used to shop there, and I think he might be dead now, but this guy had a kid with his daughter.
Oh, I remember you telling me about that guy.
Yeah, dude, and through some weird thing, he's never gotten in trouble for it. They have a kid together. They raised it like it was like 7, and I'm talking about this kid like it's not a person, but yeah, they held down an apartment together, and she would always say weird shit like that. She'd always be like, "Are you gonna treat me nice when we get home, Daddy?" And she was just whacked out of her mind. Like you could tell they were both meth heads.
I know exactly. Yes, this is coming back to me.
Yes,
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, and he would come in sometimes, and they would have like bandages and stuff out of or like on their arms because they used to shoot meth and
She
stuff.
had like dark hair, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And she always wore like a muumuu, and it had like a yellow stain in the front where her box was. Like she had been, but it did look like piss. It looked like some sort of odd discharge.
Yeah, and he was older, like definitely older than her, so I guess that would be possible. So
yeah, he like
weird.
served in Nam and shit. He got sprayed with the old Agent Orange, all that good stuff.
Certainly got sprayed with something, man.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, what a fucking situation. But I mean, that's the thing. People like that exist. Like this girl right here on this podcast could very well have been fucked by her dad, and now she's got no content, she's got no character, she's just this fucking like person that gets on here and tries to make a go of it with this femboy she's fucking hanging out with.
Okay.
It's just I really don't like the guy. Like the girl, whatever, I don't give a shit, but like I really don't like this dude. I don't like that he's he's very visibly trying as hard as he's trying.
He's really working this match thing at this point.
Yeah, well, you want let's hear him light it one more time. Make sure. Maybe he does. Who knows? Maybe I'm an asshole. Maybe he does it differently. Maybe he's gonna awe us.
And then you go for it.
Nope, nothing. I don't feel a goddamn thing. Also giving my point credence, the fact that he's not a man. Who can't strike a match in one fucking hit? It took him 3 times to strike that match.
Yeah,
dude, you do not want to be out in the wild with this guy unless you plan on eating him.
And then suddenly you're warm.
Look at it fizzling out like his will to live.
It is now an appropriate time to say it's lit.
I can't do any more of it.
Oh, there's more stuff?
I had
ASMR?
I had another video pulled up because this is more ASMR proper. There is a weird thing going on, and like this video right here has 7 million views, dude. And it's literally
over 7.5.
Yes, and it's literally just some chick.
How many subscribers?
Fucking don't interrupt me. Almost 1 million. So this chick right here has a special ASMR microphone that has 2 ears on either end of it that look like human ears. It's supposed to simulate the auditory, like the sensory horse shit with this ASMR stuff. And there is a phenomenon of ear massage and ear eating videos where she's just licking these ears and pretending to eat out an ear.
Like people's ears or these ears on this side?
Those ears.
Oh, okay.
And because you're listening to it
That's
generally
weird.
like ASMR style.
Well, that's why. I mean, there's over 7.5 million.
Yeah, there's a bunch of fucking weird dudes scrapping weird loads in their t-shirts in their rooms at night.
She's wearing these weird cat ears.
Of course she is. She's an internet bitch. Of course she's wearing cat ears.
I don't get it.
That's what people do when they don't have any original ideas. They eat ears on YouTube and wear cat ears. But let's.
Okay.
I really don't want to. We'll listen to a little bit of this.
I'm curious what it sounds like.
Let me fast forward to the part where she's actually licking the ears because she starts getting down into it.
Oh.
All right, here we go.
Oh.
Shut up. Oh. 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 No. Oh, dude. Okay. Yeah, I can't do that, dude. I can't do that. This is a 20-minute video.
What?
This is a 20-minute video,
What is going
dog.
on, dude?
But 7.5 million views, dude. You know how much for just she's making bank. I mean, obviously not as much as people would think from 7 million views, but she's making enough to where she could definitely support herself. And she's got several videos that have this type of view count. She's doing all right.
That's
but
insane.
all she's doing is licking fake ears, dog. And we're over here working for a living. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
The fact that I haven't hung myself during this episode.
We got to get one of those. Just start doing that.
We should do the entire episode like that. We'll just lick the microphone as we're calling each other fuckboys.
I kind of said we already should. As a joke, we should do an ASMR, but
we're not doing that. We're never going to do that, actually.
Don't say that.
What? Don't speak. I know what you...
Oh, this is the cringe video.
Yeah, it is. And so now that we're done with the ASMR thing, and I think we bashed that show fairly well, I think we can move on to Bologna Boys.
Ooh.
Bologna Boys.
All right. So our Bologna Boy for this week is none other than Brendan Shaub. Now, this is in relation. This little clip that we have pulled up here is in relation to chrisd'elia's recent sexual misconduct allegations and whatnot. chrisd'elia. What?
It's chrisd'elia.
Who gives a fuck, dude? You know who I was talking about. What does it fucking matter?
People might think it's funny. So
maybe you should start narrating and doing all this shit. We should switch places. I want to see how well you do back here. You fuck boy.
You know it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be trash. It will sound like those two assholes that are trying to light matches. I wish one of those. I wish they would have dropped one of those matches and just set that studio on fire and burned to death. Famous comedian chrisd'elia, go fuck your mother, has a lot of I don't know. I mean, none of this has really, I guess, been proven for a fact so far, but I mean, we are supposed to believe the victims and we are supposed to give credence to the claims that they're making.
So what exactly, he was text, or he was tweeting underage girls or something?
In a nutshell, what's going on is we're looking at potential grooming charges. You know, like that's basically the allegation, is that he was trying to get a hold of underage chicks to either hang out or bang or whatever the fuck. You know, and I guess that's what's going on. I could be wrong. I don't know like a shitload of details about it because quite honestly, I don't care. I really don't give a fuck. If he did it, I hope he's exposed and I hope, you know, the necessary shit happens. If not, I hope he's vindicated and the little shits get in trouble. You know, that's just how it is. Whoever's in the wrong, I hope they're punished.
Yeah.
But so we know that the podcast, The Fighter and the Kid, featuring Brian Callen and Brendan Shaub, they are good friends with chrisd'elia.
Apparently.
And they have him on his show. They have him on their show fairly regularly as well. They posted a response video, like just kind of acknowledging that they're aware of what's going on and kind of give some thoughts on it. The reason we chose Brendan Shaub for the Bologna Boi was his reaction and his inability to speak on the matter without fucking crying like a pussy boy. And I also want to give kudos to Brian Callen for always being the man of that show and not being a fucking fumbling idiot when it comes to his emotions and how he feels about certain subject matters. But
well, he's also wearing sunglasses inside.
Well, no, he just recently got surgery, so his eyes are all puffed up and shit like that.
Oh, what kind of surgery?
I don't know. Something obviously involving his fucking face or eyes. Something that would make his eyes blow up like that.
No surgery.
Maybe it was LASIK. I told you not to do it.
Yep. I think, Brendan, we have to at least talk about this. You guys, if you follow the news, if you're alive, if you've been following this Twitter thing the way we have, you know what's going on with our friend Chris. I'm not, in these situations, people in Hollywood tell you what to say. And I said to Brendan, what we can do is tell the truth. And I'm not going to sit here. I'm a man, and I define myself on how I respond to these situations in real time when the pressure's really on.
Fucking
and so
alpha.
This is what I'll say. I always knew Chris as a ladies' man. I have never, and I'm going to say this, I have never seen or heard of him doing anything illegal, ever. This is as shocking to me as I'm watching this happen. I don't know what to think, and I don't know what to say. I don't. But I'm going to say it again. I have personally never heard or seen him do anything illegal. That's all I can say. And right now I have to believe that because he's still a friend. And it may be unpopular to say that, but I don't know what else to.
That is some balls. That's a stand-up guy thing to do. It's tough. It's a very sticky situation and a very, very delicate situation. But, you should always have your friends' backs unless you find out for real that they're scumbags. Yeah. So, kudos for a guy in this industry for sticking up for his homeboy. I really hope that, he doesn't get made to look a fool of, because obviously, like we're seeing with other comedians, they'll go after the comedians that are guilty. They'll go after their friends just for associating with them and shit like that. It's a real problem. And it is kind of cool to kind of see somebody that's, obviously he's not like a superstar or anything, but the dude has been in the entertainment industry for a very long time. And traditionally we see that you are guilty until proven innocent. And even then the damage has been done. Yeah.
No, you're right. I would say he's been in his fair share of like movies and television. Brian Callen.
Absolutely. Yeah. He's worked steadily for a very long time.
His dad was a CIA agent, potentially.
Oh, really? Is that a thing? Don't give me the mysterious nod. That's you doing physical comedy again. You really are. You're the worst.
It's potentially, maybe not. Most likely no.
Okay. I see you give non-answers, and who the fuck are you anyway, to make these claims?
I think I've heard that before.
Oh yeah, from one of your guys, from one of your sources.
I think I've heard that before.
From one of your file trading partners on the dark web. You know a lot about VPNs?
So Brendan still hasn't broke down yet.
No, he's about to.
And the video's almost over. He goes from 0 to 100 basically.
Here, let's get to it.
To say, I don't know what else to do, and I'm not going to be some. I just think it's an impossible situation, and I'm just at a loss. I'm at a loss, and I'm praying. I'm praying that what I'm hearing isn't true. Maybe that's the best way to put it.
Well, that's it. My turn.
Talk.
It's just, it's like, it's a weird thing because I said to Brendan, I said, it's like,
he's just rubbing his eyes and crying.
It's like watching someone die or something.
Okay, slow down, hold on. I get it. You don't want to see a guy lose his career, but also I get sticking up for a friend, but you also want to maintain some objectivity as well. Let's not, Lady Di didn't die, again, this isn't a beloved public figure that's actually dying here.
No. And I'm assuming they have Twitter records of all of this, right?
Absolutely. So, because what the charges allege is that this all took place through social media.
Right.
So, how this isn't already,
we should know more.
Yeah. So, honestly, if it was false, and if it was that easy, then maybe I feel like we would have already gotten closure. Because if this goes to court, details. Real, that's the thing. It's going to take longer if it's real. So
then it goes public.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Still a lot to see.
Well, it's very emotional.
Shut up.
We haven't. What's important is that we haven't spoken to Chris.
No.
And
no.
We've never been on the road with him. I was on the road with him about 14 years ago once.
He's distancing himself now. 14 years
ago. On the road with him, so I don't know. I don't know what to think.
Way past statute of limitations.
Ooh, they really, he's...
I like how he stuck up for his buddy and then immediately distanced himself
We've
from the
never
situation.
been on the road together for the last 14 and a half years.
You know what the problem was? As soon as Brendan started crying, Brian Callen was like, oh shit, this just got real.
Yep.
And I don't know. And that's what's so frustrating.
I'm just sad.
Yeah.
I'm sad. I don't.
So anyway. Yeah. Sometimes that's the best thing to say, is to say, I don't know what to say. And I'm just, I don't know, man. Yeah.
He's still crying. He's wiping his eyes.
Well, that's appropriate. That's appropriate right now. You can just pray that that nothing's true.
Because no matter what the facts are,
be poignant.
Whatever comes out, I'm as shocked as anyone. I'm hurt. I'm mad. I'm fucking mad, man. I'm mad at him.
I'm mad at the swelling in my brain that's constantly happening. He just pushes the mic out of the way in this big dramatic move. I'm not buying his shit. Who cries over that? Isn't that a little much?
I mean, it's not like Brendan Shaub didn't do anything. Like, he's so emotional about it.
Like you were saying, I mean, you touched on a pretty good point. This dude has had a long career, in terms of wasn't he
a governor?
No, okay.
A fighter?
Okay, that's somebody else we know. But no, this dude played football. He was an MMA fighter. He fucking
played football here, by the way.
Yeah, that's true. He's a stand-up comedian. He has this very popular podcast. I'm sure he's no slouch with the ladies, given his notoriety and his financial situation. I bet, like you said, his tears are probably indicative of some past guilt himself, and he might be realizing that time's up.
Potentially. Who knows? Maybe not.
Well, that's a story we'll have to continue on another day, because I don't know about you, but Daddy's ready for another ciggy.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us for another installment of the Brass Tacks Podcast. We appreciate you joining us for another thrilling episode. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. And as always, if you have any suggestions or anything that you want to add to the show or any comments you want to make, send those over to therealbrasstacks@gmail.com. Make sure you go and follow us and like all of our bullshit on social media. Facebook at Brass Tacks Podcast. Instagram, The Real Brass Tacks. And what else? Oh yeah, YouTube. We're gonna start doing more live shit.
That's good.
We were planning on doing a live show today, but Daddy didn't finish doing all the production that he needed to do, and we were facing some camera issues that I just recently got figured out. So hopefully next week. But if not, I don't want to hear no shit about it, because we're always gonna bring you these audio bangers regardless. You're always gonna have Daddy and Daddy in your ear.
Preach.
Until next time, everybody, have a beautiful week. Much love. Take care. Peace out.
Bless up.